Hello everyone, welcome to today's session of PTE. In today's session, we are going to learn about the importance of PTE with Miss Alina Jivani and get insights about the PTE exam format, important tasks to get high score, tips and tricks, and most important tasks to get a good score. We'll take a few questions at the end of the session, but if you need more questions to be answered in a personalized way, please tune into a dedicated question and answer session at the end of today. That is 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Melbourne time. Our experts will be waiting to take your questions. Recording of this session will be available on our YouTube page soon. So please subscribe and hit the notification bell button to be notified when the video gets uploaded. So Miss Alina, all over to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Dishant. Thank you so much for inviting me today over here. All right, so in this particular session, I'm going to discuss more about the PT exams. Everyone knows that PT exams is one of the bridge which we need to cross to just study and settle in Australia. I'll be just sharing you guys the screen. Just a minute. All right, so this is about the PT exams. In this half an hour, we'll try to understand what exactly is PT exams, which of the tasks are very important in this particular exams, what and how the scores are being given. Apart from that, which of the skills are very important, what is the task requirement, tips and strategies, which can help you to just cross PT exams very nicely. So what basically is the PT exams? Let me just help you with that first. But before that, there was a question yesterday that what is the difference between PT General and PT Academic exams? So over here you can see on the screen the difference between them. In PT General, the skills which are analyzed is the speaking and writing, and PT Academic, the skill which is analyzed is the speaking, writing, reading, and listening. In PT General, it is not recognized for immigration, and for PT Academic, it is recognized for the immigration. So for settling in Australia, it is important that we just try to cross the PT Academic exams. So what is PT exams? PT academic exams. It is a proficiency level exams in which the skills which are analyzed of the student is reading, listening, writing, and speaking. If I just want to know about any of the person who is a native speaker or not, definitely I will be able to judge on the basis of the four most important skills of the language. That is reading, writing, listening, and speaking. In PT exams, the thing is that there is a difference in the scoring criteria, which means the scorings are given out of 10 to 90 scale, which means we can keep it as 0 to 90 scale as well, but it is not given out of 100. So the maximum score which any of the student can achieve in any of these skills is 90 overall. And that's the reason why everyone is trying to fetch good scores out of 90 so that they can, apply for whatever the visa they are looking forward for. All right. Why PT exams? It is one of the exams which helps us to study and settle in Australia and abroad as well. And that's the reason. Apart from that, it improves the language skills. It also proves that we are proficient enough in that particular language. It is one of the exams which is getting completed in just one day. So we don't have to go separately to the test center for the another day for any of the other separate skills to be analyzed. We have to go in one sitting. We just have to give the exams of 2.5 to 3 hours and complete the entire exams in that duration for all the four skills, which means everything will be analyzed of the student in that particular duration itself. All right. And the scorecard is reported, which means the student will receive the scores within just 3 to 5 business days. So that is also an advantage. Apart from that, who can give the PT exams? Anyone who is above 16 years can give the PT exams. So it is definitely an advantage because anyone who is not from the vernacular medium or not from the English background, or he or she is from the English background, but there's a gap in the terms of being familiar with that particular language, still they can just practice a bit and apply for the exams. Apart from that, the scorecard will be valid for exactly 2 years from the date of the exams. So if anyone wants to give the attempt once again in between that duration, or apart from that, if we just to say that if they want to apply it again, then yes, that particular score report will work for 2 years. Apart from that, how many times can we give this particular test? We can give number of times. It is not fixed. We can give in cycle of 360 days anytime, but we must have a gap of at least 5 to 10 days. Okay, and this is the Pearson's guidelines itself that we must have 5 to 7 days of gap in between before any of the another next attempt. And apart from that, we can give any number of times the attempt for the PT exams in any year, because many of the entrance exams are in such a pattern that we can give any of the exams just once or twice in a year. Just like if I talk about PT General, this is about PT Academic. If I talk about PT General, it can be given only thrice in a year. somewhere near to July, September, and August might be, if I'm not wrong. Okay, but in PT Academic, we can just give n number of times. There is no fixed date or time. Apart from that, if we just try to secure 79, and now the criteria is 84 as per the April 2021 score guidelines. So if we are trying to secure 79 or somewhere near to 84, it will fetch us 20 points. At the same time, if we are securing somewhere near to 65 out of 90 in the PT exams, it will help us to get 10 points. So it is one of the best thing that if we just try to have best efforts towards the PT exams, we can easily secure 79 or 84. Apart from that, there are many of the test centers available. Due to this pandemic situation, many students do have a doubt that is there any sufficient number of test centers or not to appear for the PT exams. Then I would say that in India, there are 23 cities which do have the locations for the test centers. It's just about the cities. There are n number of test center in any of the particular city. At the same time, there are 20 plus test centers in the Australia. Okay, so no need to worry about it. You can just give the exams immediately once you are really prepared for it. All right. Apart from that, the one who is not from the vernacular medium, they're not aware about the English language much, they are not using in the daily life, that can also happen. But at the same time, they can achieve 79 plus easily in the PT exams with the help of improvising the skills, with the help of just sticking to what the exams is asking for, just meeting the task requirement, that can definitely help to secure 79 plus in the PD. All right. This is the Concordum report, which was published by the Pearson in April 2021. And the original was having 8 bands equivalent to 79. But we can see that the updated one is 84, which means to secure 8 points in comparison to IELTS exams, we need to secure 84 rather than 79. So being on the safer side, always try to secure 85 out of 19 PD. That can give you an upper hand towards getting good points. All right. From that, there are lots of questions in terms like if we are applying for PT exams, we have to secure 85 out of 90 for having good points. So is really this particular exams difficult in terms, or we can just improve it a bit and just go for it and secure 85? So I would say that once we just try to polish the skills, once we try to understand the task requirement, because as there is computer checking rather than human interference, then this particular exams is a bit easy in level. Apart from that, the skills which are measured is integrated, which means at a movement, which means in any of the particular task, it is not like it is just like about analyzing one skill only of the student. Like as of now, I'm speaking right now to you guys. So that doesn't mean that I just have to speak about that particular topic. Just one thing has been being analyzed, that is the speaking. No, at the same time, there would be another things integrated like listening or reading. So I would be reading one passage. That can be one of the task requirement. So as the tasks are integrated, there are higher chances of getting good scores in the PT. With the help of the other task as well, we can just secure good scores towards any of the particular model. Apart from that, if we just have the basic knowledge of grammar, vocabulary, spellings, pronunciation, we can achieve the desired scores. Because if we just watch out and if we just analyze as well, the basic grammar can be in terms of parts of speech, prepositions, punctuations, subject verb agreement, basic vocab words, no spelling errors, at least for the words which we are aware of. If you're not aware about any of the spellings, we can just try to work on as per the task requirement. So if we are aware about the basic knowledge as well of this particular skills, it can help us to fetch at least good scores towards the speaking and writing. Okay. Apart from that, the expert's guidance, which means the expert's guidance, at least in terms of speaking and writing, is needed. So if you're getting the expert's guidance in that particular area, that would help you to secure good scores in PD. So you can always practice for the questions from the PT tutorials app, as well as on the YouTube channel. We have lots of videos which are helping you for the introductory phase, for the phase of learning purpose, for analyzing your answers. There are different variety of videos in terms of improvising your vocabulary, improvising in terms of any of the task of writing, improvising in speaking task or listening task, repeated questions. Lots of materials are there on the YouTube channel with a different playlist. You can just have a look on that as well. The link would be the PT tutorials. So now let's discuss about the tasks which are really there in the PT exams. These are the 20 tasks. 5 are there in speaking, 2 are there in the writing, 5 are there again in the reading, and 8 are there in the listening module. These are the 20 tasks which are involved in the PT exams. Okay, few of the tasks are integrated. For example, the first task, that is read aloud, is not only giving the score towards the speaking, but it is also giving the score towards the reading. The writing, which is a summarized written text, it is not only giving the score towards the writing, but it is somewhere giving the score towards the reading as well. So this is how the tasks are integrated. So that is also a sort of advantage. Out of this particular 20 tasks of PT exams, 13 are the most important task, the high scoring task. These are those 13 tasks which are the high weightage tasks. So if we just try to focus more towards those particular 13 tasks, at least it will increase the chances of securing 84 or 85, the desired score. Okay, so there are 4 out of 5 tasks in speaking which are high weightage. There are 2 out of 2 tasks which are high weightage in writing. There are 3 out of 5 tasks in reading which are high weightage. Apart from that, there are 4 tasks out of 8 tasks in listening which are high weightage. So if we just try to focus more towards this particular 13 tasks, it will help us to secure good scores. That doesn't mean that we are just neglecting or skipping the questions in the low weighted task. Might be that we will be giving a bit less accuracy in terms, might be that we would be giving less time to those particular tasks and just taking the time from low weighted task to just giving it towards the high weighted task. Okay, that would be nothing but the time management. So there are 2 tasks in reading which are low weighted to moderate weightage. At the same time, there is just 1 task in speaking which is low to moderate weightage. At the same time, in listening, there are 4 tasks which are low to moderate weightage. So overall, there are 20 tasks. Out of that, 13 are the high weightage and 7 are the low to moderate weightage. But that doesn't mean we'll be skipping any of these questions. We are definitely going to select at least whatever the response must be there. We will try to select the response in those particular questions, right? Okay. Now talking about the read aloud, this is the very first task of the exams, and this is giving us the score towards the speaking and reading model. Why speaking and reading? Because the passage has been provided. We have to speak about that particular passage with perfect fluency, pronunciation, and content. Each of the question would be somewhere near to 13 to 15 marks. And what is the most advanced tip in this particular task? That we just have to speak smoothly the entire passage. Whatever is being provided as the question, the development of easy to use, this entire passage I would be speaking in very smooth, relaxed manner, very clearly, without any sort of misusage of the words, any mispronunciation, or without any sort of fumbles or hesitations. We will not skip any of the word of that particular passage. So that is read aloud. Second is repeat sentence. What exactly I have to do over here is we have to listen to the sentence and speak that sentence. So it's speaking and listening. The most important thing over here would be speaking the sentence with perfect fluency, pronunciation, and exactly to speak whatever was there in the sentence actually, that is contained. Speak maximum number of words in sequence. You have to tell yourself one thing constantly that you will try to speak maximum number of words in sequence in detailed lecture, sorry, in the repeat sentences. If that is done, that will help you secure good scores, that is 13 marks is possible in any of the question of repeat sentence. I haven't written lots of details about this particular task. There are approximately 10 to 12 questions of such type. Okay. So what is the most important thing over here? Speaking the sentence, what exactly we have heard. And for that thing, we need to have the focus on the audio. And that is possible only once we do practice. Before exams, we can plan to just do the practice of approximately 400 to 500 questions that can fetch us good scores. Listening ability must be improved. It must be polished. That is the basic thing. In describe image, we have to speak about this particular image. So when we are speaking about this particular image, we will try to elaborate the image with proper information. So they're talking about the Gaussian distribution. They are just having the subsections as well. So I'll just try to elaborate this particular information. I'll just try to speak about the regions. I'll try to speak about the colors which are being used. I will talk about the title. I will try to talk about the places. All right. So what we have to do, we have to speak for 35 seconds to 37 seconds out of 40 seconds of time duration for this particular image by using the information itself what is provided in the image. So the most important thing would be fluency, pronunciation, and usage of the words of the image. That is content. Apart from that, there is retail lecture, which means we have to listen to one of the lecture and speak about this particular lecture. In how much duration we have to speak? That is 40 seconds. Now, once I have completed the lecture, I have just 10 seconds of preparation time and immediately I have to speak about that particular lecture in 40 seconds. The most difficult part over here can be structure of the sentences, framing your answers. Along with the lecture, we have taken lots of notes in the book. But what if we are not able to execute those particular words in a proper way? That is, the way of speaking is getting fumbled just because of confusion, that how to just have a better start, how to have a better body coverage, at the same time what can be the perfect conclusion. So if there is no structure of speaking the answer, there can be problems in terms of fluency and pronunciation. Each of this question is 15 marks. There would be such 3 to 4 questions in the exams. Moving forward, you can practice always these questions from the free sample questions. That is also available in the app. And there are approximately 5,000 plus questions. You can just see that in speaking, we have already 2,300 questions of this all 5 tasks. In writing, we have 2 tasks. That too has 250 plus questions overall. Reading also has 900 plus. And listening has a 1700 plus questions. So this bulk of chunks of questions would be definitely sufficient for having the best preparations for the PTE. Okay. Apart from that, lots of things are involved in the free sample questions, like you can also get the correct responses. You will also get the assessments. So yes, just to go to the website of PT tutorials and just to refer about the free sample questions. Okay, that will give you a brief understanding of each and every task. What, for example, you are saying such questions. So in that particular question only in the app, we do have the sample answer. So you can refer it on the basic level, which means if you're fresher to the PT exams, you can definitely rely on the responses which are being provided in the app. Okay, for a better understanding. All right, talking about the summarized written text, this is also one of the high scoring tasks of writing model. And that's the reason why we have to write in the box the summary. Now that summary must be of single sentence only. That is in detail requirement of the task. Being at the surface level, this is the task which will give the score towards writing and reading, which means we have to read the passage, write something in the box provided. That something must be the summary only, which has introduction, body, conclusion. The most important thing when writing comes into existence is the grammar, spellings, vocabulary, form, written discourse. Everything is getting included when there is writing. So over here, the most advanced step over here would be to work on the punctuations, prepositions, and the sentence structure for compound and complex. Talking about the essay. So in essay, we are given one topic and we have to write about that particular topic in the box provided. We have 20 minutes to write the essay and the essay must be between 200 to 300 words. Now, if we are writing 200 to 300 words, definitely we must be aware about the tenses, sentence structure, spellings, coherence, cohesiveness, connectors, linkers, supporting words, phrases, fillers, lexical resources. This particular terms, if we are going into the detailed understanding of it, we can definitely try to fetch good scores in the enabling skills of grammar, vocabulary, spelling, form, content, and written discourse. All right. So there is a Telegram group of 18K plus students and that too the trainers as well who will be guiding you in different terms, like they will be helping you with the assessment of the score reports. If once you will be posting your recent scores, they will be helping you with what areas you need to work on, which of the tasks we need to work on more. You can also participate in the contest which are getting run and you can also win the mock test on the basis of that particular contest. At the same time, you will have the opportunity to attend the free webinars and the sessions on the Telegram group. The link will be provided to you in the chat box itself. And you can join this particular group. It is free of cost and you can just try to understand, at least being in the surrounding of the PTE students only. You will be in a place wherein you're constantly getting something to know about the PT exams, and that will definitely help you to have better understanding for the PT exams. Apart from that, there would be interactions between the students and the trainers. So if any of the students is posting any of the question for the essay writing or the summary writing, then the trainer will be giving them the feedback for any of their doubts or any of their assessments. So please do join this particular group. Now moving forward towards the reading, We have reading and writing fill the blanks as the high scoring task. In this, we have to select one of the option from the 4 options provided. I have to just select one of the answer out of this 4 options. And for that thing, I will need better understanding for the grammar and vocabulary. In grammar as well, we must have the understanding for the tenses, parts of speech, parallelism, subject-verb agreement, and prepositions. There would be such 5 to 6 questions in the exams. All right. Apart from that, there is a reorder paragraph. It is just like a para jumble, which we have seen in our school days, right? So we just have to jumble up the sentences and make it as a perfect answer. So there would be nothing but dragging and dropping the sentences and making the perfect sequence. For that thing, for having the perfect answer, we need to know, first of all, how the scoring is given. Over here, the scoring is given on the basis of the pairs correct. A and B is the correct pair in my as well, and as per the PTE system as well. So I'll be getting +1 mark. So that is a great advantage, I would say. At the same time, we need to know about some of the concepts of the grammar and vocabularies, and that would be linkers and connectors, logical structure, transitional verbs, demonstrative and personal pronouns, opening and closing sentence, and indicating words. All right. Moving forward towards reading fill in the blanks. Over here, what we have to do, we have to drag one of the option and adjust that particular word in the blank, which we think can be the perfect, adjustment, or that can be the perfect word at that particular place. So we just have to drag one of the option and drop it down in the blank possible. So over here, we need to be aware about the understanding. If you're not really able to understand this particular passage, then we won't be able to exactly adjust the words. If you're not the author of this particular passage, we need to understand that what the author is trying to say. That understanding is one of the key component in the reading fill in the blanks. But apart from that, if somehow understanding is low, what if I'm not particularly familiar with any genre of writing, then what can I do? I can just try to just analyze the words, that how the word flow is going on. There is a subject, there is verb, there is object. After that, they are using the subordinate clauses, and after that, they are using the object phrase. So I'm just analyzing the sentence on the basis of the grammar skills and on the basis of the vocabulary skills. We can still adjust the answer. And for that thing, we need to be aware about the general and academic collocations, parallelism, subject-verb agreement, gerund infinitives, and modals. In PT exams, it has been said and it has been analyzed as well that many of the questions are getting repeated. So there is repetition ratio of approximately 60% in this particular file, which means whosoever is referring this particular file of any of the month, they might get that 60% of the repetition were there in their exams. There are hundreds and thousands plus questions, and there are 300 plus most repeated questions as well. This is the June month file. There are different months file as well. Every month, one new exam memories material is getting launched, and in that particular file, there are tasks as well. So there is read aloud, repeat sentence, describe image, read a lecture, which we have referred. Some of them we have already referred it. So this particular questions would be there in this particular file. So if you are referring this particular file, there are highest chances that you might get any of the questions getting repeated in the exams. Apart from that, talking about the listening, that is a summarized spoken text. Over here, the scores is given for the listening and writing. We have to listen to that particular lecture and write something in the box provided. The summary must be there. So summary will always have the perfect introduction, that is body, and even the conclusion. And for that thing, we need to be familiar about the sentence structure, formation and keywords, logical flow, tenses. All right. Each of this question is of 10 marks, and in exams we'll have approximately 2 to 3 such questions. Moving forward to the next task of the listening, that is listening from the blanks. This is easy to go task until unless any difficult spelling comes up. We have to just focus on the audio. Along with the audio, read the passage, and wherever there is a blank, just type out that particular word on the basis of the audio. So what if there is a difficult word or difficult vocabulary that can create the problem? But for that thing, we can also refer the exam memories file and just try to learn the vocabularies. Whenever we are practicing, we are coming up with any of the difficult spellings, we'll always learn that particular spelling. So that might be that in future, we might get the same question somewhere in the mock or in the real exams as well. We can truly just attempt it because we have learned that particular spelling. Okay, so this is easy to go task. This is also very easy to go task, and 100% accuracy can be achieved in this task because over here we just have to listen to the lecture, read the passage, any of the word which is not matching the audio will be clicked on. Nothing else must be worried about. For example, in the audio the word was astronomer rather than explorer, so I just have to listen to that audio and I just heard that the word was astronomer, so rather than explorer I'll be just clicking on the word explorer and selecting it as an answer which is not perfect in terms as per the audio. In the audio it was astronomer and over here it's explorer. So just focus on the audio is one of the most important thing. All right. So in this task, we can have best accuracy. Right from dictation is one of the most important tasks of the entire exams. This is giving us the score towards the listening and writing because we have to listen to the sentence and write down that particular sentence in the box provided. The best part is the title is saying that write as much as of the sentence as you can. Okay, if going into the in detail analysis of it, we can just try to write as much as of the sentence as we can. So if the sentence is of 18 words and I was able to hear just 12 words, still I am eligible to write those 12 words. All right, but this is very important task. It is giving us 8 to 20 marks from each and every question. Not only that, the advanced step is that we must try to focus on the audio. We'll have to increase the listening accuracy. At the same time, we must avoid the spelling errors and we have to increase the type of speed of typing and writing. All right, so this was about the 13 high scoring tasks. We haven't discussed about the low weighted task, but right now we have discussed about the high scoring task. If there is a bit of detailed understanding of this particular 13 task, we can secure good scores. And once you have completed with the preparations, at least at a base level, that you know at least that how many questions are there in each of the task, you know that how to just and what is the task requirement, you have done somewhat of the practice from the free sample questions, then definitely go for the mock test. That must be your second or third phase of preparations. The first phase of the preparations would be always to refer the score guidelines, not to trust anyone, but always just to refer the score guidelines which has been published by the Pearson itself, that is available on their website itself. Then the second phase would be to refer the videos and just to try to do the free sample questions. Then the third phase would be to do the practice mock test. In this mock test of PT tutorials, you will get the test analytics. You will also get the time management, which means they will be highlighting that in filling the blanks, idle time is 130 seconds and you are giving approximately 100 seconds, which means you can just try to reduce the time from other low weighted tasks and give the time more towards the reading fill in the blanks. That is what is about the time management. You can compare your score. In the first score report, you were achieving somewhere near to 60. Improvement is there of 62 marks. Still, you can just analyze what was improved that helped you to increase the scores. So there is score comparison for each and every enabling skills as well as the communicative skills. Apart from that, you will also get the feedback and assessment from the trainers. Not only that, but just like Pearson exams, PT Tutorials is also helping the students with a score report within 3 to 5 business days. And the exams is a real environment. The pattern is there in the exams. The same pattern has been tried and followed by the PT Tutorials as well to be there in their mocks. Apart from that, there is a score guidelines and expert trainers who can help you to have better understanding of your mock tests. Not to be least, but everything is being provided in this online coaching package. Once you are just opting for this particular package, you will get the 5 score test, which we have discussed just right now only. So now once you are just opting for the coaching package, you can just ask the trainers that this is the first score test. This is the first score which I achieved before starting your classes. In the middle of the classes, I gave the second score test. Towards the end of the classes, I give the third score test. What is the improvement which I need to make? Lots of questions are there which can be asked to the trainer even in the classes duration and even after that, because you will be the participant of the Telegram group. Over here you can see that there is an opportunity to be the part of the separate Telegram group. So for each of the group coaching batch, there is a separate group. So you can just be a part of it and you can ask the trainer the questions which you have. And you can also receive the free assessment of the speaking and writing task. Usually students need the expert guidance and assessment only in terms of the speaking and writing. Definitely, and because there is a lots of things to be involved, and that's the reason. So once you will start referring to the free sample questions, you will have a fair understanding of it. Apart from that, you will be provided the 20 ebooks, that is theoretical books, which you can refer at the first place and then join the 40 days live interactive sessions. You'll also get the recording of those particular sessions. So by a day you just miss out any of the classes, you can also receive the recordings of it, right? To watch out the success story as well of the trainers. This is the success story of the trainers of the PT tutorials. So there are different trainers and these are the reviews by different students. All right. Before just starting your preparations for PT exams or in the middle of the PT exams preparations, please do self-analysis. These are the questions for the self-analysis. Please have a look. All right. So much for being over here and moving forward toward Dishant. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Alina. That was quite an informative session.
Thank
Before we end, let's take some questions. We have one question from Mr. Patel. His question, do you want me to read out to you?
you. Yes.
Yeah, so Mr. Patel has got 67, 62, 65, and 60 score in listening, reading, writing, and speaking, respectively. And he wanted to know what area does he need to improve to get 65 each.
Okay, great. Okay, so Mr. Patel, I would say that if your desired score is a 65 plus, then reading and speaking must be improved. And for reading and speaking, we can always try to do the task like read aloud, reading for the blanks, reorder, reading, writing for the blanks, avoid the fumbles and mispronunciation in the speaking task. Then it will definitely, speaking must be achieved always somewhere near to 80, 85. That must be always. Why? Because we just have to speak fluently with perfect pronunciation, and speaking must always be stable enough. Okay, in reading might be that lots of things are considered in terms of understanding, then it can be difficult. Okay, apart from that, if possible, Mr. Patel, please try to join the Telegram group so that you can get the feedback in detail, because I also need some of the enabling skills details as well that can help for better understanding. All right. Okay, so there is one more question. Do we need now 79 or 84 to get 8 bands? I would say, being on the safer side, always target for 84 plus only. All right? Yes. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, thank you so much everyone for attending this session, and don't forget to leave your review for this session at the link on the screen. Also, we are running multiple sessions after this, so I have just posted the link on the screen, so do watch out for those sessions. So yep, thank you everyone.